I'm Chris Berman. Well, let's get straight to the action. In our first game this week, we had the Rams come away with a tie. The Chargers lost this one, but will stay at number 4 in the AFC West. In a long-standing NFC rivalry, we had the Lions pick up their 6th win of the year. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Roosevelt Colvin is probably the one that most leaps out at you. A broken elbow is the culprit. He's out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Kevin Barlow sticks out on this list as one of the more costly injuries. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Marcus Robinson will miss the remainder of the year. And this is a big blow to this passing game, because he was obviously a main target. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Patriots, Dolphins.
To you.
Ty, I fought the law, and the law won. Was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 27-0. The Jaguars drop yet another game and are really struggling on and off the field. Jamal Robertson rushed for 2 touchdowns and helped his 49ers beat the Redskins. In the Big Apple, New York, we had the Giants get nipped by 3 points. Titans, Raiders. Points. Chris Brown got the ball here, and it was a defensive meltdown. He's got lots of space ahead. The Raiders win this one by the final score of 10-7. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. This guy will be moving on from his current address, and he gets a pretty good deal to do it. 4 years, $2.1 million. This guy will have a new place to call home as he accepts a new contract. 4 years, $2.1 million. Crowell will also be locked up for a while as he signs a healthy 6-year contract with the Vikings.
Over at Paul Brown Stadium, we had the Bengals drop this one by 17. The Buccaneers defense held their opponents to under 50 rushing yards in their win at Tampa. Ravens, Colts. Yards. Starvin Marvin Harrison came up with a huge play here as they cover a lot of real estate on this one. The Colts go on to win this by the final score of 23-10. The Seahawks tied on the road and will head home to meet the Cardinals. The Bears lost this one, but will stay at number 1 in the NFC North. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Chiefs pick up their 8th win of the year. Panthers, Falcons. Pick up Aaron Beasley. Was able to step in front of this pass and pick one off, but he wasn't done there. The Falcons win this one by the final score of 24-10. And in our final game, we had the Eagles come away victorious.
All right, Chris, thanks. Just 2 weeks to go until the playoffs arrive, and just as we do every year, we're looking at a number of interesting races as teams jockey for position. We'll start it out in the AFC. Meanwhile, over in the NFC, the playoff picture looks like this. So that's how things shape up. Still plenty of intriguing matchups upcoming as we get closer and closer to January. And that'll do it from here. Chris, let's send it back over to you.
So with just 2 weeks to go now, still plenty to be decided before January rolls around. But first, a prime-time players' game balls go out to these men, each helping their team down the stretch. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.